One side they faced early on was the Soviet team, Ararat Yerevan.
McDowell. Robson. Played on again for Taylor. Just look at his pace, and it might still come for Brooking. West Ham looking a little better now in these last couple of minutes. Patton. Rifling in a left foot shot. Goal! No! Yes! Bounced off that stanchion. And here's Alan Taylor. Some nice touches with his head tonight, Alan Taylor. And he's found Pat Holland with that one. There's Alan Taylor again for the return. Delicate little cross there towards Keith Robson. 2-0. Played for Lampard. Nodded on now. Not for Padden, though, but for Gregorian. And now Petrosian. And it's a goal! And a very good goal indeed. By Petrosian. And now Billy Bonds. Onside. He timed his run well, Coleman. And Keith Robson is coming in fast also. But he couldn't quite play it the first time. He might the second to Alan Taylor. Yes!
Then Den Haag of Holland hammers 4-2 down from the first leg, here with a Dutch commentator in full flow.
Brooking, wordt tijd dat hij aangevallen wordt. Dan is de schot. En laat hem los en het wordt een goal, denk ik. Nee, ja, geweldige worsteling. En Alan Taylor heeft gescoord. Brooking. Lampert komt nu op. Daar is Lampert. Dat is een schot. Goal. Goeiedag. En daar komt weer Taylor. En dan wordt hij te vol gebracht door Korenvaar. Het is een penalty. Billy Bonds gaat hem nemen. Daar komt de aanloop. Bonds. En scoort. En zet zijn ploeg op 3-0. Billy Bonds, de captain. Zullen vermoedelijk weer er langs lopen, ja. En nu komt de boogbal. Nou, dat was een goeie. En een goal. Ja, ja.
A real thriller of a semi-final against Eintracht Frankfurt of West Germany.
Lawrence held off him for a moment. Now there's a bit of space for Lampard. Chipped it again towards Brooking. And it's there! Brooking has done it! That's the goal West Ham wanted. It'll come to Brooking. He's played it on to Robson, who's onside. Oh, and he let it go a yard too far. Oh, but a great goal! Keith Robson! Padden. Taylor. Brooking. Beautiful timing. Still Brooking. Yes! Number 3! Magnificent! Billy Bonds getting up beneath this one. This could be dangerous. Beverungen. And it's there! The Germans have scored through Beverungen.
But West Ham did hold on, and here they are in the final in the Eisel Stadium in Brussels against Anderlecht. And West Ham couldn't have had a better start. A cross here by Billy Jennings, and some good finishing by Patsy Holland. A good knockdown by Billy Bonds with a header, and Patsy Holland giving West Ham the best possible start. It was a lead they held until almost half-time, when poor Frank Lampard badly mishit this back pass. The Belgians now in full flight, and here's Robbie Rensenbrink, keeping his head, finding the net, and that made it 1-1. The Belgians took the lead quite early in the second half, and again it was Rensenbrink to the fore. A great run too by Francois van der Elst, and a good finishing touch by him, and the Belgians are in the lead. But West Ham were far from finished. Trevor Brooking down the left now, and a good cross by Brooking met by the head of Keith Robson, and suddenly the West Ham side were level at 2-2. But the last word belonged to Anderlecht. There's a penalty coming up now as Rensenbrink is brought down. And for the second time, the Belgians have the opportunity of taking the lead. Rensenbrink himself takes the spot kick, and that puts them 3-2 into the lead. There was a great final flourish from Anderlecht as Rensenbrink finds Francois van der Elst, soon to join West Ham, of course. A good solo effort by him. And there's the ball in the back of the West Ham net, and West Ham are beaten by 4-2. Next, Ron Greenwood moved on to the England job. He handed over to John Lyall, here receiving one of his regular Bell's Manager of the Month awards, and Ron recalls those days with so much football talk between them.
We used to sit in the car park after games talking about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, never went home, you know. It was all to do, he was so thirsty for knowledge and wanted to know everything. And he was a great pupil, and of course has turned out to be a master himself.
Yeah, I mean, how highly do you rate him as a manager?
One of the best managers in the game, yes.
As high as that?
Yes.
However, John Lyall couldn't halt West Ham's skid towards the second division in 1978. Phil Parkes arrived from Queen's Park Rangers, a record £800,000 for a goalkeeper. Alvin Martin stiffened the defence. David Cross had already brought strength and goals to the attack, but still West Ham struggled to get out of Division 2. Still in Division 2, the Hammers went skipping off to Wembley again in 1980. Arsenal now were the hot favourites. After all, they'd won the Cup the previous year, they were beaten finalists the year before that, and they were about to finish 4th in the First Division. But West Ham had a surprise thrust awaiting them. It was a winning goal from Trevor Brooking, and a header too.
And now West Ham forward again with Brooking. A little flick there for Cross, and it comes through to Pearson. And here's Devonshire. Rice. And he's gone past Rice and Torber. There's a lovely cross coming in there. David Cross. Pearson. Brooking with the header. West Ham in the lead. Pearson helped to make it, but the header belonged to Trevor Brooking.
It happened to drop to Dave Cross, who hit the shot first time. That was blocked by Willie Young, and it went back out to Stuart Pearson. And myself, having wandered in for the original cross from Alan Devonshire, then seen the first shot, I was sort of just standing on the 6-yard box, really enjoying the sort of goal mouth scramble when Stuart, as I say, to be honest, did shoot for goal. But as luck would have it, his shot was pulled across the face of the goal and really was going to always just go behind me. And so all I did was sort of fall back slightly and just divert it towards goal. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I hit you on the head and things, but I did know what was happening.
From Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Kent, the Hammers have done it again. Stuart Pearson, who did all this with Manchester United, well, he's in tears. Poor Paul Allen is crying his eyes out, and his chairman Len Kearns there look concerned. There are smiles here from his teammates. To think when West Ham won this in 1975, he was in his second year as a comprehensive schoolboy. And here he is, Paul Allen. A day and a moment he'll never forget, and he needn't worry about the tears today.
Next season, 1980-81, was truly eventful. For a start, it was a promotion year for the fans trooping towards Upton Park. Paul Goddard had now joined the attack for £800,000, and they saw early on a thriller against Watford. Callaghan played on first time here for Poskett.
Turn again for Bissett. And now a chance for Luther Bissett. And Poskett! And Watford ahead.
Devonshire getting that on for Goddard. Played back for Pike. This is Devonshire.
Crossed in there, that's more like it. Cross! Oh, superb goal for West Ham. What a beauty that was.
And now here's Henderson.
Cross coming in, and Jenkins on the far side. The header! And they're back in the lead. No, not Jenkins, it's Jacket, the number 3, the 18-year-old.
David Cross. And now Brooking. And now Barnes.
Oh, gone past Harrison. Now faced by Bolton. Oh, he scored! Bobby Barnes, his first league game, and 17 years old, has made it 2-2.
With a minute to go, plus some time to be added on. Devonshire crossing it in there. David Cross. There's Lampard coming up fast, trying to get to that byline with it. Does so well.
Yes! Trevor Brooking!
Then 5 goals as Preston were crushed.
Little touch inside by Goddard for Neighbour. And might find Goddard again onside. Oh, and it's in there! I thought for a moment it was over the top, but Goddard has made it count. Cross, the little touch there for Goddard. Little touch there towards Pike. It's got to be, and it is. Alvin Martin's up for it. Billy Bonds is right in there too. Lampard. Oh! A marvellous goal! Playing with a bit of style again now, West Ham. Flicked in there for Goddard. Back for Devonshire. Is it going to be? It is! Superb goal! Brilliant stuff by West Ham. Brooking for Devonshire. Number 5!
And West Ham won that second division title with 13 points to spare. Well, the Hammers enjoyed another great run to a Wembley final. Here they are in the second leg semi-final of the League Cup against Coventry City. This after losing the first leg 3-2 at Coventry.
Cross. Goddard trying to turn. Oh, and it's there by Goddard. And now it's Lampard. Cross trying to bore his way in there. Neighbour with a chance! Jimmy Neighbour! And West Ham have won it in the last minute.
So that 2-0 win gave them a 4-3 aggregate, and they drew with Liverpool at Wembley in the final, and then came to a replay at Villa Park.
Weighted ball there for Neighbour, almost the first touch he's had with almost 10 minutes gone. And he's gone past Alan Hansen. And he's got a couple of West Ham players waiting in the middle. The cross coming in. Oh, and it's there. Well, Goddard has put West Ham into the lead. Well, it's Liverpool doing some more attacking now. McDermott playing it in. Dalglish! So Liverpool's corner. Jimmy Case with it. Curled in there once more towards Hansen. And the goal!
So defeat there for West Ham. It had also been another season in Europe, with a difference. Hammers were forced to play behind closed doors, but still scored 5 against Castilla of Spain. It was because of crowd troubles from West Ham fans in Madrid during the first leg.
In the end, setting it up for Pike. Cross and Martin, the two players on the far post, but Cross meets it. And West Ham go 2 in front from Trevor Brookings' free kick. David Cross, the scorer. Chendo is being waved back on. And Castilla back to their full complement. But it might not be enough to stop Devonshire here. He gets away with a miss kick. Brooking on the far post, Cross as well, and put in by Goddard. Bernal, and they were caught watching as Bernal came forward with a really marvellous goal for Castilla. Now Brooking, and now Stewart. Morgan again. There have been very few occasions where West Ham have got their first time passing going, but it's brought them a goal that could be the winner. David Cross. And Devonshire being allowed to run. And Cross gets the hat-trick.
But Hammers were eventually halted by the Soviet side Dynamo Tbilisi. So to the first division again, and Middlesbrough were early season visitors.
And found Goddard, crossed in by Lampard towards Cross, and it was... Oh, Neighbour's right in there. 1-0 for West Ham, Jimmy Neighbour. Devonshire, Goddard. Devonshire again, looking for a yard, might have to work for it. Flicks it in there to Cross, back it comes again for Goddard. Oh, and another goal by Angus, I think. Stewart scored 3 times this season, each of them from the penalty spot, now with a chance to make it 3-0 to West Ham. And who really likes to blast them. And he's done it again.